Well, what a morning it's been. After 15 years of vehemently denying all allegations against him, former Prince Andrew has spent the last 12 hours in police custody, questioned over his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Here are images just into our newsroom of the disgraced royal being released without charge just in the last half hour or so. Independent MP Dai Le and ALP President Wayne Swan join me now to discuss. Dai, to you first up, your reaction to all of this overnight. The world is in shock.
Well, you know, I suppose it was coming, but it definitely is shocking to see that the Prince, the House of Windsor, somebody has taken been arrested, and obviously for the UK, despite your title, you have to be held obviously accountable.
Wayne, no charges yet, but it's flowing thick and fast, these Epstein files and the effects of them.
Well, nobody should be above the law, and it's important that the rich and powerful are held to account. I think in society these days there's a suspicion that that the powerful and the rich get away with a lot and everyone else can please themselves. So I think many people will be surprised with this turn of events.
What was your reaction?
Oh, I was pretty surprised, but it's really that the potential charges relate to his role as an envoy, not to all of the other matters. But people will conflate all those matters, and they will see that in that prism.
Yeah, that's for sure. OK, meantime, the ISIS bride story deepens this morning. Wayne, the Daily Telegraph says this morning an Australian official has been involved in a secret repatriation plan for weeks now, which they put to Tony Burke and DFAT, but both refused to directly answer. Is there a cover-up going on here?
Well, these are sensitive matters of national security. The government is not organising their repatriation, but they are Australian citizens, so they have some rights as Australian citizens. I think under the previous government, something like 40 people returned from that region to Australia because they had rights under the law. But the government is not organising a repatriation.
OK,
but you can't expect it to do that.
You can't say that you aren't organising it, but then have the allegation in the Telegraph is that there is an official involved in the secret repatriation plan.
Well, there isn't a secret repatriation plan, but it would be the case that national security officials would be all over this. These are sensitive matters of national security, and they would be
so
involved.
They are involved?
They would
well, national security requires national security officials. I don't know what they're doing, but the government itself is not organising this repatriation if it occurs.
The government can deny a passport. Section 14 provides a mechanism for refusal where security concerns arise, Dai.
That's right.
Yes,
Do you think they should enact that?
Look, I think they should enact that, and I have raised this question about the ISIS brides to both to the Prime Minister and to the Minister for Home Affairs last term and again earlier this year, and both have, as Wayne said, denied any support to bring these families home. But of course there has to be some involvement, and I find it very surprising that after last term and now the Prime Minister coming out so strongly against it, and why he's taking that stand now as opposed to when we were asking him, or I was asking him that question about should those ISIS brides be brought back home. So
yeah, he was faffing around with it, Wayne, for a while, and now he's suddenly found his voice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with any of that. The fact is that national security is involved, and that's appropriate.
OK, just finally, several Labor MPs have raised concerns about Jacinda Ardern's handling of the deepening CFMEU corruption crisis on a day when the Premier clashed with reporters over her government's response. This one stinks to high heaven, Wayne.
Well, the federal government moved in and moved against the CFMEU some time ago to clean it up. The handling of these matters in Victoria by the Allen government is a matter for that government. But our federal government has cracked down on the CFMEU in quite a dramatic way, an unprecedented way.
Jacinda Ardern's got work to do, a lot.
Certainly. No question about that.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Lots of news happening in the world. Have yourself